number one. I don't know if you figured out who my number one is and thrown up in your mouth yet, but who's your number one?
I haven't written them down, but for me, Mac Jones is the best quarterback in this draft. Just with everything that I watched, for me,
aside from Trevor Lawrence, we're not even going there.
Correct.
The guys,
yeah, we're not touching him because we know he's going first. But as for the guys that we've reviewed, I've got Mac Jones number one, and the reason for that is, I've watched so much film on him in the last week since we started kind of talking about him coming up, and you watch him play against Auburn in 2019, and that's really even better than what we saw today. And I think that was his second start. And the reason I say it's better is because you see him go through a lot of. He's getting hit a lot more. He's having to move around a lot more. So a lot of those things that we were talking about today, where you see him with clean pockets, he doesn't have clean pockets as much in that game, and he's getting banged around. You see some athleticism out of him where he's able to step up through the pocket and gain good yardage, first downs on a couple of runs. You see him making back shoulder throws. You see him throwing, just the anticipation on his throws over and over and over again. So that's why I think he could step in with the 49ers and be their starting quarterback really early on in 2021.
I don't disagree with anything you said. I really like Mac Jones a lot. And the way I see it is if Tua was what was he, sixth pick in the draft? Something like that?
Yeah. Right.
Mac Jones is a better player than Tua. Now, I don't think Tua ultimately should have been the sixth pick in the draft. And if Mac Jones goes top 5, that'd be a little rich for me, but he may. I mean, apparently people are saying he's like been going mocked 4 to the Falcons. Oh, wow. Okay. I have him at number 3, Trask at number 2. I'm going to say Kellen Mond is my favorite quarterback in this draft other than Trevor Lawrence. And let me say why. His film isn't as fun to watch as the others, but he really doesn't have playmakers on his team. What I like about him is that he really is mobile, and he's a 4-year starter in the SEC. And the comparison I have for him is Dak Prescott. When I first watched him, I was thinking Colin Kaepernick, but I'm going to say Dak. And what the thing with Dak was, he was very good. He was a 3-year starter in the SEC. No one considered him one of the best players in the draft coming out. And when he finally played, he was great right away. I think he completed 80% of his passes in preseason. He might have won 13 games as a rookie. What people saw from him was, he's experienced. He's a good athlete. He fits in the NFL. He's played a long time in the SEC, so he's ready for the speed of the game. And he's never played with playmakers like Dallas gave him. All of a sudden, he's got Dez Bryant, Jason Witten, all these guys, Ezekiel Elliott, and it's like, wow, this is a lot easier than playing at Texas A&M, or where was he? Mississippi State, where it was him against the world. I think there's a lot of that with Mond too, and I think you saw it at the Senior Bowl. All of a sudden, he's on the field, and you're like, yeah, he looks like the biggest, most athletic dude out there, and he's playing with the receivers Kyle Trask had at SEC, and he's like, he looks a lot better. Now, he was limited over the middle at Texas A&M. How much is that him, and how much is that the rinky-dink RPO Jimbo Fisher offense that he's supposed to execute when his number one receiver is someone Wanamaker, the tight end? I don't know. I think that he's going to be one of these mid-round picks who surprises people like Dak Prescott did. So I'm going to go with Kellen Mond at number 1, even over Kyle Trask, because I think if you had put Mond at Florida, Mond would have been the starter, not Trask. Remember, Trask was a backup until his junior year. Into it, Mond was a starter as a rookie. If you put Mond at Alabama, I think he would have been the starter. If you put Mond at Ohio State, Justin Fields has a lot of hype. I don't know about that. But I really feel like Mond at these other schools would have given these other guys a run for their money, probably started over him and put up monster numbers throwing to Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts. I could be wrong, and I'm trying to see into alternate universes where Kellen Mond went to different schools. But that's my reasoning. Why? And I think it's cool that you put him last and I put him first after watching all the same film. That's how difficult it is to scout these guys. I respect everything Jack says, and I think I see things pretty much the same, and our rankings couldn't have been any more different. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I can see what you're saying. All the stuff that you're saying with Mond is correct, and it's especially when you talk about the talent around him, and that, because that's part of why he had so much struggles in the film that we watched him play against Alabama, because
he's overmatched. The whole team. Yeah.
Because if you watch him play against, Florida and some of these other games that he played, and he's much better. But he is limited to the middle of the field. But when you think about the way that you phrase this, you're talking about the 49ers now. The 49ers really work the middle of the field a lot.
Yes.
That's, regardless of who the quarterback is, they do run a lot there. They don't go to the outside very often. Some of that's because of the quarterbacks that they've had to work with. But I could see him coming in and being successful under Kyle Shanahan and Shanahan being able to scheme up things that he's going to be successful on. Think about it this way. Could Mon come in and run the 49ers offense that we've seen them run with Jimmy Garoppolo? Absolutely.
Absolutely. And think about it. He goes from playing with whoever the hell he's playing with at Texas A&M to George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and his run game. I mean, I think he would all of a sudden be like, wow, this is easier than college in a sense. Like, these guys do the work for me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.